Hello and welcome to ClockIn Pal. First, what does ClockIn Pal do? The main functionality of ClockIn Pal is to keep track of clock in and clock out times, or if you rather, punch in and punch out times. But what else? You can create and approve work schedules, sickness, and time off. You can even advertise shift work. You can use ClockIn Pal in two ways. You can use it to help manage contacts. A typical example of a contact would be an employee, but it could be anyone carrying out work for you. The other way to use ClockIn Pal is to manage accounts. Let's say, for example, you are a graphic designer and you work for multiple accounts. You can record time logs and work schedules against those accounts so you know what you're working for and for who. Let's get started by registering. Once we have completed the registration form successfully, a key will be sent to the registered email. Log in with the registered email and password and you will be asked for that key. Enter it, and now the fun begins. We will be presented with the home screen, not much to see at the moment. We will set it up later in two ways. One to show how we can manage contacts and one to show how we manage accounts. The former will also give us an idea of what our contacts will see when they log in. First though, let's go through the left-hand menu and give a little summary about what each section does. We will delve deeper in other videos, giving each section its time in the sun. Before we start doing this, I want to get some data to look at. We can do this by going into test mode. This is set from our user controls and puts us in an environment where we can test features. Let's go back to the home page and we now see some data we can work with. First, we have the time log. This is where our clock in and out times are recorded. Each log can be broken down by each account, as well as our own. We can also create time logs, edit our time logs or remove them completely. Depending on the selected account and their setup, log changes will be sent for approval. Next we have work schedule. This is where we create work schedules, either for ourselves or our accounts. We can record what we are working and where, like if we are at home, or even to make sure everyone knows we are on leave. Then we have approvals. This is a paid-for module but we can see what we need to approve. Here, any approval submissions from our contacts or accounts will appear here. It could be a contact wanting leave approved, or it could be a contact looking to bank some of your log time. Now a great section, time off. This is where we submit requests for annual leave or time off. Annual leave requests will take some of our precious leave days, but time off won't. These requests will appear in the requested accounts approval section. Now, not such a great section, the sickness section. This is where you want to go if you are not feeling well and need to let someone know. You can let them know when you expect to come back to work. A log of communication will be recorded to make sure everyone knows what is going on. The sickness submission will appear in the accounts approvals where they can acknowledge it. Shift work. This section will allow you to advertise work and apply for work. Advertising work has the potential to send a notification to all your contacts, if they have the app, making them aware and allowing them to apply. If you have indeed received a notification of available shift work, you can go here to apply. Next we have account management. This is the perfect place to manage accounts, if you are going to use ClockIn Pal to manage accounts. But it's also a good place to see a breakdown of information about your main account. You can see how many hours you've logged, how much leave you have left and much more. Similarly we have contact management. Here we have a breakdown of all the contacts. We also have some additional views. We can see all leave and all sickness across all contacts. You can view the state of work schedules, submissions, and also group cover, which can show you if all the core hours of your business are covered. We can also create time logs and work schedules in bulk. We can also create a message, viewable to our contacts on the home page. Group management. Here we can create groups. You could think of them as departments in an organization. These groups can be used to group your contacts. This allows you to filter shift work to certain groups. This will also allow you to more closely manage core hour cover. One of the most important sections, user settings. This is where we set up the environment we wish to work in. Everything from which notifications we receive to annual leave settings. Next we have the account section. This is where we have some typical settings. We can change our email, reset our password, and some generic information about our account. The audit log records every action we make. Not sure when or if you preformed an action, this is the place where you will find it. Finally, we have subscription. This is where you can open up ClockIn Pal to its full potential, importantly opening the approvals functionality. Having a full subscription allows you to add as many accounts as you like. It will also allow you to create contacts and apply seats to them. Applying a seat to a contact allows them to also use all the features and modules. Let's go back to user settings, and we are first going to set up the home page to manage contacts. This is how I recommend setting it up. Go to the section, Home Page Settings. We will obviously need to have Show Contacts. I want my home page to look fancy, so I want to have the pie chart. I don't plan on having any accounts, so we will uncheck that. I want considerations, which will show me, well, things I need to consider. I don't want to see my last actions as I won't be using the clock in and out feature. Now I do want to see the work schedule, so I can see what my contacts are working day by day. Let's go back to the home page and have a look. Much better. Now, let's have a look how I would set up to manage accounts. Let's go back to User Settings. We no longer need contacts as we won't have any contacts. And that means I don't need the pie chart. I need Show Accounts, which will show my accounts and the action to clock in and out. I want to keep considerations, and I want to show my last 5 actions. I don't need Work Schedule as again, I don't have any contacts. Let's go back to the home screen, and that is a good setup for managing accounts. When creating contacts from subscription, you can have a think about these settings, which you can create a contact against so they don't have to worry about setting things up. That's it for today, we got through it. Till next time, your pal, Layla.